let's get into the first game, Saturday, January 2nd at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. We have the Bengals heading to Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans. Obviously, you see the betting odds. Titans are minus 3.5 favorites, and I think that just shows how close this game really will be. We're obviously going to see, crazy enough, we're going to see Derrick Henry back. Julio Jones, we're going to see Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, Derrick Henry back, which might be the game changer, but I genuinely think this game will be very close. Surge, I'm going to go to you first. Previewing this game, who do you got? Is it closer than we think? Because I really think this is going to be a fantastic
It's going to be a close game.
Yeah.
I know this is between two teams that are very, very even. And this is such a tough game to predict. I was thinking, because on Sunday, with both the AFC matchups, really, I was thinking, I know I'm going to pick for the NFC. For the AFC, I have no idea. I didn't decide to make my picks until today. But I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals.
I love that pick.
It's so tough because I know the Titans have been getting so much disrespect in the media. They're like, oh, they're a fake number one seed. They're not a good team. They are a great team. Do not underestimate them. And it would not be surprising me in the slightest if they go to the Super Bowl. But I'm going with the Bengals because I think, weirdly enough, I don't know who I was telling you. It might have been Yukian or it might have been Charlie or maybe Dylan. I don't know. But the Bengals, while they're one of the youngest teams in the NFL, they don't let it make them scared or tense in these situations. They almost play more loose. They seem to play more like, you know what, we've got a lot of time. This is our first postseason run. Let's just play loose. And they play very well, even in these big type of games, especially their quarterback, Joe Burrow, and their main receiver, Jamar Chase. They really showed up in that opening game against the Raiders. But what really is leading me to pick the Bengals over the Titans, because both teams have faced a lot of adversity, played a lot of good teams, is that the fact that really I think the Bengals are match up well against the Titans in terms of the Bengals offense versus the Titans pass defense. I believe, now I'm not 100% sure, but the Titans have the 26th ranked pass defense in the National League and National Football League.
It's somewhere
in terms
of
there. 25th ranked pass defense in terms of yards allowed. And the Bengals with 3 elite receivers in Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, they can eat that alive. Burrow, again, he's known for getting the ball out very at the right time. He's just great. He's very... He knows when to get the ball out. He knows when to get the ball out, and he's very he's a very smart quarterback, and he also knows when to climb the pocket, when to get out of the pocket. He's really the complete quarterback other than arm strength, and I think that could really hurt kind of a banged up secondary like the Titans. I think Henry could really have a big game in his first game back because the Bengals losing a guy like Larry Ogunjobi is kind of a big part of that defense. But I think the Bengals aerial attack might be too much for the Titans. So I'm going to give the Bengals the edge in a very, very close game.
Yeah, I almost think, and I know this is very counterintuitive, I almost think the bye week hurt the Titans a little bit.
I know you mean.
Because I think the Bengals now have that experience. I think this would be a much different game, say if this was their first game. This is their first playoff game. Like you said, Surge, no signs of slowing down. I will give, to be fair, the Raiders put up a good game. But I think that game was a lot more. It was not as close as I think we thought it was. I think I almost knew by that first kind of 2-3 drives, this Bengals team just had that kind of motor to make it. That being said, I think the Titans coming back, obviously Derrick Henry coming back is, very, very scary for this Bengals team. I think especially a team that does not have a fantastic run defense now, as you said, sir, losing Larry Ogunjobi. And I think the deciding fact, obviously, I think whichever team the Bengals play, especially in the playoffs, I think it's, offensive shootouts. And I think what is going to favor them here is they're not playing a fantastic defense. They're not playing a defense that is, like you said, sir, obviously 25th ranked, passing defense. So I think that's what's going to benefit them. And that's what I think what might kind of hurt them long-term when they do end up playing a good defense where that offense might not be able to get going. But this team, I think this offense will be able to get going even more than they did against the Raiders. I don't think the Titans have as good of a pass rush. I don't think they have that number one corner who really we know is lockup like Casey Hayward from the Raiders. And I think linebacking wise, they might have an edge, but if that, it's not very wide. So I have the Bengals as well. Once this matchup was drawn up, had the Bengals and Dylan and Charlie clown me. They're like, you don't think the Bengals can go far. You don't think the Bengals can go far. And I think this Bengals team I think this team has a shot of going to the Super Bowl. And
they have a shot. Yeah,
I think they 100% have a shot. And Dylan's nodding his head, but he was very much disagreeing with me.
No. All right. I'll let you go. And then I'm
going to get the Bengals. I do think Sturridge's offense is just so scary. Jamar Chase to me seems unguardable. He is, I mean, no, and to be fair, it was against a Raiders secondary, but unguardable. And I think it shows by the betting odds that they're only minus 3.5 favorites. You know, it's going to be a close game. And I think it'll just come down to exactly like the Raiders game, where it's going to be a game-winning type drive. Joe Burrow looks like the franchise guy. Joe Burrow has now put himself into that elite quarterback.
That Mahomes,
I think just that
Allen
one
combo.
tier. Yeah, he's been put himself into that tier, and I think they found their guy. And I think, sure, like you said, a loose team that I think offensively is one of the best teams. You could argue this Bengals team is the best offense in the league right now, and I think that's what will hurt the Titans. But Dylan, are you gonna make it a sweep?
That would be
I'm not going to
stunning.
be able to make it a sweep today. I'm going to be putting down the Tennessee Titans, and I'm actually trending towards being someone that's just doubting the Bengals at every turn. And I don't mean to be that type of fan. I don't mean to be that type of reporter, but I genuinely don't think they're going to win this game. And they've proven me wrong in every twist and every turn, but I can't bring myself to pick them to beat the number 1 seed away in a playoff game when they haven't had that away playoff game as a group together. And then you put together that they were forced to kick a lot of field goals against Las Vegas, and Las Vegas were matching those field goals against Tennessee, who have the number 5, I believe, red zone offense in the league. They're not going to be able to get away with these field goals, and Tennessee's red zone defense is also stellar. So just putting that all together, along with the inexperience, I'm going to have to pick Tennessee. Derrick Henry coming back may really help Tennessee, may be a detrimental factor to their offense if they decide to go all in on him and get him hurt in the first couple of plays of the game. So we're going to need to read that as it is. I'm going to pick Tennessee, though. Very close one. I don't mean to be hating on the Bengals. I love how they've reorganized everything, made themselves a genuine, terrifying franchise. But I just can't bring myself to pick them in this one. It's nothing against them.
I mean, if I'm the Titans, I think this is an awful matchup. I don't.
It is an awful matchup.
It's gonna be.
Everyone in this AFC side is a terrible matchup at this point.
Exactly.
You don't want to play
great teams.
All right, well, there we have it. I think this is going to be such a good game. I'm so excited.
I agree. I'm excited to watch it.
Very, very excited. Hope maybe we'll be live. Oh yeah, guys, we will probably live stream one of these games. So make sure you guys stay tuned. We live stream on YouTube. But we'll move.